Welcome to the show, guys, and welcome to Thailand. And I've caught up with one of my long-lost buddies who's here to see me again. What can I say, Master? What can I say? Mark Gehry, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave. It's great to be here.
It's great to be here. And it's over 3 years since we've seen each other.
Yeah, it sure has been.
Which only seems like yesterday. But what brings you to Thailand again?
A few things. I'm here for the World Martial Arts Masters Hall of Fame, and also to promote the new movie that was just released.
Now, we came up to the Hall of Fame, which was in Bangkok. Yeah? And I mean, we had some great guys there. I mean, Dr. Robert Goldman, for instance.
Yes, fantastic guy. His resume is amazing. He's got 20 world records. He's got 4 doctrines. He's just an amazing guy. Just wonderful to have him here. Yeah.
Great, and we can sort of put his details on the screen as well. But one of the other guys there, Kwok, I mean, you know, his personal trainer is Steven Seagal. I mean, that's a massive thing, isn't it? Surely?
Yes, that's right. Samuel is and a fantastic guy, great teacher. Steven Seagal's personal teacher. He flies him all over the world to meet with him and teach him. Yeah, it was lovely to have him here. What
about going from the Hall of Fame to the film that you've just done in Thailand? I mean, that was done in what, 2012?
Yeah, 2012 was when we filmed it. It was just released about 2 months ago. But it's great to have it out, and great to bring it back here.
And the name of the film?
It was originally shot as White Tiger, but now it's released as Death Fighter.
And of course, it says what it is in the title. Of course, there's a lot of fighting involved.
Yes.
I would imagine.
Yes, an action film starring Don the Dragon Wilson, Cynthia Rothrock, Matt Mullen, Joe Lewis, a bunch of Thai fighters that are fantastic, and a great cast and crew.
And that was all filmed in Thailand?
All filmed here in Thailand.
And is now out on?
It's out on Vision Films. You can buy it on Amazon. You can rent it on Amazon. It's available everywhere.
And of course, one of the things as well that we're talking about is that over in San Francisco, I mean, it is basically, I heard that a little birdie says that you sort of got into some dancing. You've built yourself a studio.
That's correct. That's correct. About 10 years ago, I started dancing Argentine tango, and I've been doing that ever since. And about 4 years ago, I started teaching tango, and now I do the San Francisco Tango Festival.
And we was talking off camera about dancing and martial arts. I think the two sort of intertwine a little bit. And you were saying other famous people do.
They do. And the most famous would be Bruce Lee, who is a championship ballroom dancer. And you could tell by the way he moved and the fluid ways that he was able to conduct himself, that dancing really was great for his martial arts.
Bruce Lee, what would you say? Would you say that's the height of fitness?
I think that Bruce Lee brought martial arts to the top of public awareness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of his films in the beginning, and his stunts he did all himself, but they were all shown like in back cinemas, underground, warehouses, all that. I mean, how from there did it, I mean, do you know how it came from the back alleys to the mainstream? I mean, where did it come from?
Well, back in those days, they would have never casted an Asian man as the head of a film, you know, as the hero or the top actor. So for him to be able to come into that role, he was the very first to ever become a superstar in the Asian. I
mean, his films, iconic, of course. But I mean, then he went on to do like, he did some other stuff, didn't he? The Hornet, the Green Hornet, I remember, that was sort of Batman and Robin thing. But I didn't think that sort of suited him, and they tried to push him a bit too far, I think.
Well, he started out as Kato
in
the Green Hornet,
right.
and he pitched the show Kung Fu, and which he was going to make him famous. But Hollywood was not ready to cast an Asian person in Kung Fu.
So they gave it to Carradine.
They give it to a white man, David Carradine, and played but then Bruce Lee went to Hong Kong and made those movies and made him the star that he's a legend.
And also, when we talk about martial arts, of course, it's also self-discipline. I mean, as I said off camera, my son is now doing Taekwondo, which he basically does now. He's going through the stages and the self-discipline. You said all about this, that the discipline is, that's it.
Yeah,
that's where it all comes from.
It is a fantastic, it's great to see your son doing Taekwondo, because it is a fantastic art to teach discipline and the art of martial arts to young children. I think it's one of the best, actually.
And it keeps them occupied, of course, and they're not on the streets doing stuff they shouldn't do. Future for you, where do you see it going?
Future for me is to continue working on films, TV, and teaching. I love to teach martial arts, so traveling around the world and doing what I do.
I mean, when I spoke to Dr. Robert Goldman about, like I said to him, you know, you get a lot of self-satisfaction from what you do, and he said to me, he doesn't see it like that. It just makes him happy, and that's it. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight. I mean, you must get a lot of self-satisfaction from seeing these guys from this age come up doing all their martial arts. It must be great.
It is great. It is amazing to see some of the young children I worked with that are adults today, and now they have their own children in martial arts, and to meet them again and see how well they're doing. It's fantastic.
And of course, before you go, I mean, if you've ever seen this Fight Quest, it was out on the Discovery Channel, and it's also been on repeat. It's been around the world, God knows how many times. But of course, you were sort of in on the first deal of that, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I worked on the series, which was shown. We had 12 episodes, and I was a big part of the episode 12, which is in the United States, the only one we did there. And then I ended up traveling all around promoting the two main actors and fighters of the show. It was fantastic.
Well, you've done a lot, and I admire what you've done, and I don't know how you fit it all into 24 hours a day, but I'll tell you what, it's great to see you again. There you go. Check him out, and of course, go onto Amazon and check out the new film, which is...
Yeah, Death Fighter.
Death Fighter, there you go. Okay, there you go. Thanks a lot, guys. See you. Bye-bye.